Hello and welcome to BG Insights at the Belfort Group. My name is Ariel Ferrante, and in this episode, I will be interviewing Don Martelli, who was recently named president and partner of Belfort Group, marking our third president in our 41-year history. Don, welcome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the invitation to join you on yet again another conversation around what we're doing at the Belfort Group. But exciting times. Thank you very much.
Don, I know you joined the firm in 2012 as the director of digital integration, and really you were instrumental in helping BG evolve from a traditional PR firm to a digital marketing integrated marketing firm. So can you give us some history and
Sure.
background of your career leading up to when you joined the agency?
I always said that I had a little bit of luck along the way. I was a reporter for the Boston Globe in the late 90s. This is before social media even existed. And frankly, a computer was in the middle of the newsroom when we worked on ATEX machines. So it dates me a little bit, but it was a different time back then. And when before paywalls and before the internet. And so over time, as I left my journalism career, I went into work for agencies. And just by sheer luck, frankly, where I was with my career and my age is when, the World Wide Web became a thing and social media started to become an actual channel we can use to communicate, with the audiences and use it to influence. And I just happened to be there at the right time. And every job I have had after the Globe has been yet another piece of the puzzle, learning about digital marketing, learning about integration, learning about how to bring all of these channels together to tell stories. And it reminds me a lot of my Globe days because I'm still a storyteller, but we just do it differently these days. And between, working either in-house for education clients, which I've done in the past, or working for agencies here in Greater Boston, I ended up coming to the Belfort Group, again, like I said, in 2012. And at that time, the firm was very kind of really deep in just traditional PR and in grassroots organizing for public affairs campaigns. And with my knowledge and understanding of how to integrate email and social and Google and newsletter applications and so on and so forth, it allowed me to figure out how can we bring this integrated digital approach to the Belfort Group, adding to the general talent we had at the time at the agency and expand what we can do. Because I'm a firm believer that it's not one single channel that gets an audience to take action or do something. It takes multiple channels. And if you're looking at different audiences, between me and you and my kids and my parents, and we all consume maybe the same message, but in different ways through different channels. And we as an agency had to, at that point, really shift the way we did our work and what we did for our clients. And so over time, we started to hire people that had different backgrounds and different skill sets. And over the past 8 years, we've really grown to a point where we are, basically, business consultants, where we look at clients' challenges, turn them into opportunities, and using an integrated approach. So it's still storytelling in my Globe reporter days at the core of it, but it just looks different and happens faster these days.
Agreed, makes sense. So tell us about your new role at BG.
Sure. It's a great question. One, I'm honored and humbled to be named the third president of the agency, and it's 40 plus years of history, and I have really big shoes to fill. And I've said it since the thing was announced that I wouldn't be able to be here without the great team that I have at the Belfort Group. I'm so impressed with the talent we have, the collaborative nature of our team, the hard work they put in every single day to make my job easier. And frankly, going back to your question, my job changes every day, but at the core of what we do is driving results for clients. I'm the guy that gets the phone call that says, hey, we're having this particular problem with this particular audience. We need to market ourselves differently. What could you do? Really big, broad question. And I have to figure out what do we have at our disposal in terms of talent, ideas, creative concepts to help our clients get to those points. And that's every day. So the role is really, growth of the agency, bringing in new business, working with clients and making sure that the strategy that I develop and the team develop is sound and it's attributable and it's going to drive their business, and repeating that process, bringing in more business, bringing in additional talent. I think when you were hired, we had a team of 1.5 or 2 people on the creative side. Now we have a full creative team that does everything from websites to infographics to taking all the crazy ideas that I have out of my head and actually making them into fruition. So the job is never the same on any given day, which is what I love about it, because of just its eclecticness, if you will. The clients are different, from education to real estate to public affairs clients to nonprofit clients, all have different challenges. But the job is, and I think will continue to be, being that calm person on the phone that can read through the challenges they're having and develop solutions to help them move their business in some way, shape, or form.
Definitely. So what do you see for Belfort Group in the future?
It's a big question. And frankly, I wish I had all the answers, but generally what's in front of us is really where we typically focus. So I have two parts to that answer. The first part is continuing to do great work, right? Great work on behalf of our clients, getting results, proving that we are a catalyst to their business, whether a nonprofit, education, or a real estate client, or somebody in public affairs. As a 1A to that, continuing to invest and find great talent, to challenge the things that we do. I'm a firm believer that, while we do have a playbook for what we do, we're now bringing on more people. And I always ask them in our onboarding process, if there are things you see that should be changed or different, or you have a different approach, absolutely bring it to the table, because we're in the business that is always going to change, and that will never stop. There'll be some new channel that's being created now, that we are going to have to use for our campaigns, that our clients going to ask us for. Because if we were having this conversation 5 years ago, we wouldn't be mentioning things like TikTok or Snapchat, if you will, right? So there's always something that's going to pop up that we have to pay attention to, because there's so much media and channels out there at our disposal to do our job. We have to stay ahead of that. And longer term for the Belfort Group, I think, expanding where we play and the types of clients we work with. Whether it be going back to consumer products or travel, or looking into biotech and healthcare, and working in sort of the bigger side of the nonprofit side. I think the beauty of what we do is that our platform is almost industry agnostic. It can be integrated. It's about driving results, whether it be enrollment, butts and seats, if you will, or getting a real estate project approved through the public process. What we do at the foundation is going to be the same. All that I think that's going to change, frankly, is the amount of channels and access we have to these tools and technology to help us get there. I mean, think about the BG Data Hub. 12 years ago when I started, the BG Data Hub wasn't even a thing. It didn't even exist. Now we have this platform and suite of tools that can literally show the client what we did, how we did it, and the results that it drove. So I think it's going to be more of that, probably more frenetic, more crazy, but that's the world we live in. And I think that's just, it's where we love to play as an agency. And frankly, if we're having this conversation a year, 2, 5 from now, that we've, maybe doubled in size, and we've expanded industries, and frankly, added more talent to help us challenge what we do and add more skill sets, adding in people that can do really in the weeds coding, that could understand how to work on crisis communications challenges at odd ends of the night and things of that nature. So I think it's more, bigger, better, faster, repeat.
Great. Definitely agreed. Yes, I know, at least from my perspective too, it's been really great to see how much we've changed over the past few years and adapted to the market and everything that's happening so well. So I'm definitely personally looking forward to see how we keep growing.
Yes, the beauty of our business. I mean, it's never really the same ever. And I think that, it takes a certain type of person to want to work at an agency like ours, because of the fluidity of the work, and how, we're always posed with challenges from clients, and no day is the same. But I think generally as an agency, we feed off that energy, and we celebrate the big wins, and we review the failures and make sure we can improve on those, because not everything is going to be perfect. And I think we're really good at recognizing that. But no, the future looks really bright, and I'm so honored and humbled to be part of this, and I can't wait to see what we do collectively as a team moving forward.
Great. Well, it's been great to have you, Don. Thank you so much for coming on, and we look forward to the future at BG. Is there anything else that you'd like to leave us here with today?
No, I thank you for the time. I'm looking forward to, again, seeing what we can do as a team in the next year beyond. And I'm really humbled for this opportunity, and I'm hoping that I can, do bigger and better things as we move forward as a team.
Great. Great. Well, it's been great to have you, Don. Thanks for coming on. And thank you again for joining us today. If you'd like to learn more about Belfort Group, you can visit us at thebelfortgroup.com or send us an email, shoot us a note at connect@thebelfortgroup.com.